Welcome back, United fans. Fire in today's video, we're breaking down Scott McTominay's bold comments on United's transfer policy, the latest in the Jadon Sancho transfer saga, and big news on Viktor Gyokeres, plus a potential £25 million move for a young talent. Stay tuned. Scott McTominay shows true colors as he comments on Man United transfer policy. Scott McTominay, now of Napoli, has reflected on his time at Manchester United and how he always felt the need to prove himself following high-profile arrivals. Scott McTominay showed his class as he commented on Manchester United's transfer policy. The Scottish midfielder left the Red Devils last summer for Napoli, where he has been a revelation. At United, McTominay regularly needed to prove himself every season following an expensive or high-profile signing or two. And when the new arrival usually failed to live up to their reputations, the reliable McTominay would predictably be restored to the side. The 28-year-old holds no grudge over his treatment under various United managers. Insisting being made to prove to worth only hardened his resolve. Underlining his character in an interview with The Athletic, he said, "They would always sign someone who wouldn't necessarily be what people expected them to be. My mentality was that I was always there, ready to go, ready to take my opportunity. I always wanted to prove my worth, to show I could play every game. It's not the sort of thing that affects me. You can only be in control of what you do." On dealing with expectations of playing for United, whether an expensive arrival or an academy graduate, McTominay added, "It's Manchester United. You have to be ready. Fans won't tolerate anyone who isn't ready. You could play 10 or 40 or 50 games and be moved on, just because you're not ready at that moment, so you have to go and learn and improve. I was fortunate to play 250 games, to win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, but I wanted to win more. You always want to win." McTominay, who made his first team debut in 2017, said he felt misprofiled by his early United managers. Again, though, he isn't resentful about his treatment. He said, "When I got into the first team, I was quite misprofiled in where I was playing. It wasn't the fault of any coaches. My strengths have always been getting into the box, scoring goals, being a problem in there. But I was being used as a number 6 or as a center-back, and that has never really been my game." McTominay could end the season with a medal that eluded him at Old Trafford, a league title. New club enters Jadon Sancho transfer battle as Man United learn conditions of deal. Latest Manchester United transfer news as Jadon Sancho's transfer saga takes another twist with a new club in the battle. Jadon Sancho's future at Manchester United has taken another twist with reports that another Premier League club has registered an interest in the Chelsea forward. Sancho is currently on loan at Stamford Bridge after moving to the capital on transfer deadline day last summer. The Blues have an obligation to sign the player permanently if they finish 14th or higher in the Premier League this season. Chelsea are set to trigger that deal with Enzo Maresca's men fighting for a spot in the Champions League. However, it has been widely reported that Chelsea could pull out of the move by paying £5 million to United and return Sancho to his parent club. The United loanee's future currently remains unclear, but it has now been reported that a new Premier League club has expressed serious interest in the winger. Wolves are said to be considering a move for Sancho in the summer as part of their transfer window of change. Matheus Cunha and Ryan Aït-Nouri are two players wanted by bigger clubs, and Vitor Pereira is expected to be backed in the transfer window following their departures. Football Transfers has claimed that the Wanderers have expressed serious interest in signing Sancho and view him as a valuable addition to their attack. The report adds that United's reluctance to bring him back into the fold under Ruben Amorim means the 25-year-old faces seeking a new challenge, should Chelsea not trigger the permanent move. Wolves have almost guaranteed their spot in the Premier League next season after forcing a wedge between them and the bottom three. With Cunha and Aït-Nouri set to bank the club millions, expected to be close to £100 million, Wolves are now planning to land a big name. Sancho has also been linked with another return to Borussia Dortmund. The forward spent the second half of last season back in Germany, and the Yellow Wall are understood to be keen, but whether a deal could be structured is yet unclear. Viktor Gyokeres makes Manchester United transfer decision and says yes to summer move. The latest Man United transfer news following a major update on Sporting CP striker Viktor Gyokeres. Manchester United are looking set to miss out on Sporting CP striker Viktor Gyokeres. Following reports, he has already given a yes to his next transfer. The forward has been one of the main players linked with a move to Old Trafford ahead of the summer transfer window. Gyokeres worked with Ruben Amorim in Portugal after he was signed from Coventry City. Following a superb debut season at Sporting, scoring 43 in 50 games, Gyokeres has continued his incredible goal-scoring form with 43 in 43 appearances this term. It's expected that he will move away from Lisbon in the summer with United and a number of top teams showing interest. United are desperate for attacking reinforcements with Joshua Zirkzee and Rasmus Højlund struggling for form. Recent reports have stated that Amorim's squad had considered options elsewhere, with Liam Delap and Victor Osimhen seemingly more likely to move. Now, Correio de Manha have reported the 26-year-old has already given a yes to Arsenal's project presented to him from newly appointed sporting director Andrea Berta. The report adds that Berta has played a decisive role in the would-be move after deciding to prioritize the Sweden international. A financial package still needs to be finalized with Sporting CP, with it being suggested that he could be available for around £50 million to £60 million, lower than his reported £83.6 million release clause. It's understood that Sporting's intention is to announce his departure from July, in part to keep all focus on their title race with Benfica, and to also allow them to place the sale in the new financial year. Elsewhere, United continue to be linked with centre-forwards. Hugo Ekitike and Ipswich frontman Delap are two names strongly linked with a move to Manchester, although they are not alone in their mooted interest. Here at the Manchester Evening News, we are dedicated to bringing you the best Manchester United coverage and analysis. Fabrizio Romano, Man United could trigger £25 million release clause to sign 21-year-old magician. Manchester United and Spurs on alert as Ryan Cherki becomes bargain option for summer move. In the ever-evolving landscape of European football transfers, few names spark excitement and intrigue quite like Ryan Cherki. The 21-year-old Lion playmaker, tipped by some as a future Ballon d'Or winner, is making waves not just for his dazzling performances in League One, but for the growing sense that he may be available for a cut-price fee this summer. Thanks to Fabrizio Romano, writing for Give Me Sport, we now know that Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur are among the Premier League clubs keeping a close eye on developments. Cherki's contract reportedly includes a release clause that could allow him to depart for around £25 million, a figure considered a potential bargain, albeit with caveats. Ryan Cherki, a rare creative spark in European football. Cherki's 2024-25 season statistics for Lion paint a compelling picture. In 23 league appearances, he's netted 6 goals and added 9 assists, contributing to 16 goal-creating actions across just under 1,500 minutes. Add to that his impressive total of 8 goals and 17 assists in all competitions, and it's easy to see why top clubs are circling. With Lyon reaching the Europa League quarterfinals, the magician's influence has been instrumental. He has grown into a central figure at the club, thriving in both domestic and European competitions. His vision, technique, and ability to unlock defenses have turned heads not only in France but across the continent. Financial chaos at Lyon could prompt exit. One major factor potentially influencing Cherki's future is the financial turmoil surrounding Lyon. According to Romano, the French side have been provisionally relegated to League Two due to fiscal irregularities. This off-pitch crisis may force the club to sell key assets, and Cherki is undoubtedly one of their most valuable. Romano confirmed, yes, but it's not an easy clause. Lyon insists there are certain conditions to be met, so it's not that simple. In any case, for me, it's a potential bargain as he is an excellent talent. The intricacies of the release clause aren't fully known, but the underlying message is clear: Cherki can be bought this summer and at a price well below his potential value. Given the current climate, Lyon's hands may be tied if big clubs come calling. Fit for the Premier League? Both Manchester United and Tottenham are actively seeking attacking reinforcements ahead of the 2025-26 campaign. United, under expected new manager Ruben Amorim, will be looking to implement a more dynamic, fluid style of play. Cherki, capable of playing centrally or cutting inside from wide positions, would fit the mold perfectly. With Bruno Fernandes nearing 30 and long-term questions over Mason Mount's consistency, the creative burden at Old Trafford needs distributing.